T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man,
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
Tell 'em.
exclusive. Oh,
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
you are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. New Breeder on the Block series. I'm your boy, MJ. What is good, everybody? If this is your first time tapping in, do your boy a favor and yourself. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single podcast I drop here on the Trap Talk with MJ podcast YouTube channel, man. But what is good? How's everyone feeling? Fuck, man. I'm coming off a crazy weekend. What a time. That's all I got to say. Shout out to anyone who pulled up to Trap Fest last Thursday. What a time. That's all I got to say. It's fucking, so I haven't even gotten a chance to post anything yet, and I will. But all I got to say is I'm trying to gather in all the memories and all the amazing times that I was able to experience over the weekend. Not only Trap Fest, but Anaheim Super Show was a great success. A lot of my friends flew in from town. Now they're all gone. But anyways, we'll get into that. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Shout out to everyone in the early birds in the comments. I'll see you guys right now in just a second. You guys know how we get things started on this podcast. For the freshest and bestest rodents delivered to your doorstep, Cold Blooded Cafe, #1 in the game, $30 flat rate shipping, day one pink, Mammoth Rats, straight to your doorstep. Shout out to Desiree and Steven. God, do I miss them. And then shout out to the Sim Container family. My boy John came through with his beautiful family at Trap Fest. Got to meet the whole family. It was awesome. Anyways, if you got eggs, put them inside of the Sim box. Less steps, less stress. If it's a Sim, it's a win all day, every day. I have had 7 clutches so far this year, all out of Sim boxes. I will always use Sim boxes. Sim boxes till the day I die. Please go over to Instagram, give them a follow. Check out their monitor game, because I'm telling you right now, I'm very inspired by so many things that Sim Container does, more than just an egg box. I'm telling you right now. So thank you, John. I appreciate your support, and Alex as well. Shout out to Steven and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats. The future of enclosures has been here. I'm telling you right now. I'm sitting in my room with my futuristic enclosures. I love it. I'm so happy. I think you would too. Go over to Instagram, give them a follow, see what they're all about. Go to their website, put an order in, get yourself a Focus Cube Habitats. You motherfuckers, got to know people even putting ball pythons in these motherfuckers, and they look great. Get up, give your ball python a perch. Why not? Do it. They perch, okay? Anyways, Freedom Breeder rack. #1 in the game, baby. Stainless steel racks made in the United States. Shout out to Jesse and the entire Freedom Breeder crew. If you have a Freedom Breeder rack, you know where I'm coming at with this professional level of snake breeding and rat breeding. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Jesse, for your support. Shout out to my dog, Miguel Garcia, always evolving pythons, always killing the game. Give him a follow on Instagram. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He has a lot of crazy productions in the work. His year is going to be nuts. So just stand by. Make sure you follow his Morph Market as well. Shout out to the big dog. Shout out to the entire AEP family for your support. Love those people for reals. Shout out to Alan over at Amazing Basins. If you are keen on the arboreal species, especially like the basins, you're going to want to go follow this guy right now, man. This guy has so much to come, so much to share with us, and it's going to be amazing. So make sure you go give him a follow on Instagram. And I appreciate your support, Alan. Thank you so much. I'm excited for your year and to keep talking about it. Definitely be ready for our podcast too. I am not going to let you know when or where, but it's going to go down. Shout out to Blake Stewart over at Stewart Design. He was able to actually get me some sick ass fucking posters to put up for Trap Fest. Got me a Cold Blooded Cafe banner. Awesome. But guys, if you want to do this for a full time and you're looking to invest in yourself and you want to market yourself at the fullest extent, this is where you're going to want to check in at. You're going to want to go over to stidentity.com, check out my man Blake Stewart, see what he could do for you. He is no joke. He's helped the biggest in the game. So just consider that, okay? All day, every day. Thank you for your support, Blake. And man, talk about a time. I had one of the best times with this guy over the weekend. Mark Bailey. I literally hung out with him for 3 days. It was fucking awesome. Please go check out Mark Bailey Reptiles on Morph Market. Go see what he has production-wise. He gave me an insight on what he has already hitting the floor with his productions this year. And I'm telling you, right, this guy is on another level. He's been on another level. So make sure you go give him a follow. Like I said, on Morph Market. He's not on social media. Does not give two shits about social media platforms other than Morph Market. He's just on his own level. And if you got to chat and chop it up with Mark Bailey at Trap Fest, you're a lucky one, man. I'm telling you right now, this guy's a fucking just a wizard. And he's just so cool, man. I will never, definitely top moments was hanging out with Mark Bailey. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. A lot of my homies who kicked with Mark had the best time ever with him. So thank you, Mark, for your support. And I cannot wait to link up with you again here in the near future. And then shout to Rami for pulling off an amazing show. Anaheim Super Show. Killed it. I had a great time Saturday. Saw so many faces, met so many new faces. I actually got I got hella advice from people telling me not to stop the intro. And I don't know, I'm considering that. That really weighed heavy in my heart. So if you're one of those 3 people who came up to me and said, hey, MJ, don't get rid of the intro, mad love and respect. I appreciate you. But if you went to the Reptile Super Show, man, let me know how you liked it. Let me know what you liked best. Drop a comment. Let me know if you fucking are going to go back, because I know I'm going to always go back to Reptile Super Show. Pomona's right around the corner as well. And again, shout out to Rami, and then shout out to Bob Ashley, Brian Potter at the NARBC. Schaumburg is, I believe, next week. So, man, that shit's going to be heavy. Pretty jealous. I'm not going to be going to Schaumburg. So if you are going to Schaumburg, be ready, because it's going to be an amazing show. And then I'm for sure what's happening with you guys at Arlington in September. But, man, these shows are very important, guys, especially when it comes to really not knowing anybody. If you're a nobody who literally has not even fucking a follower on Instagram, you go to these shows and you are telling you you're more tapped in even having followers on Instagram by going to one of these shows, if you know what I mean. Anyways, appreciate all these guys, leader of the industries, mad love. And then shout out to Phil Goss over at US ARC. Please go down to the link, become a US ARC member, subscribe to the US ARC YouTube channel, and let's help US ARC fight for our animal rights. We need them more than they need us. I'm telling you right now, this is crazy. So please, let's all join together and let's do this fight. Appreciate you if you're on the US ARC team. If you're on my team, that's what I'm talking about. Let's fuck these people up. Hey, listen, go give me a follow on Instagram. I have a lot of stuff in the works. I'm very active. I post a lot on Instagram, all my productions, my passion projects, and just stuff that I like to flex. Instagram, MJ Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. And you could go and give the podcast Instagram a follow as well. Trap Talk with MJ podcast. Shout out to my Twitch viewers. And then if you out there would like to support me more than a subscription or a like, I take any donations over at PayPal, Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. Mad love. I appreciate any donations. You guys are amazing for that. And then, and then any super chat you have for my man, Steven. If you have a question for the homie and you really want me to get it out there, drop a super chat and I 110% will put it on the big screen and we will ask the question and get that answer for you, man. But either way, I love any fucking ounce of support. Just you watching this means the world to me. So I appreciate all your guys' support, man. Even you Gilligans who don't subscribe and you keep watching, whatever. Thanks for being here, I guess. Last but not least, my Patreon members. Damn, my heart. You guys are the reason I went so fucking hard in the paint this weekend. Not that I'm complaining. I don't know if I could do that every weekend. This is nuts. Either way, thank you so much to all my Patreon members out there. You guys are literally pushing me to do more. And I got to say, from the bottom of my heart, I hope I could do something more for you guys once a year. That's my plan. You know what I mean? But it is a lot of work. But either way, I just got to say, I want to give back as much as I can to all my Patreon members when I can. So bottom line, if you out there want to become a part of the Trap Talk Patreon family, if you want to help this grow and make this turn into something massive, then please do me a favor. Go down to the link below and join the family, the La Familia, Trap Talk family all day, every day. I appreciate, like I said, all my Patreon members. And once you become a Patreon member, you get tapped into the Discord. And the Discord is when you really kind of get the full fucking action and everything. You get to tap in with all 100 plus Trap Talk Patreon members. That's 24/7. We have people tapped in from all over the world in the Discord, sharing shit, selling shit, fucking giving you heads up on shit, all the above. Either way, tap in, become a Patreon member today. And to all my Patreon members, you guys are my heart. I love you. All right, let's go. Who's ready for this shit? Trap Talk, New Breed on the Block series. What early birds are in the house for the homie Steven? Silver Cash, what is good? Thanks for tapping in, player. Full Tilt Reptiles, what's bracking? Thanks for tapping in. The homie Josh, who was a Trap Fest 2022 attendee. That's my boy right here. Thank you for bringing me those quail eggs and quail. You brought me some quail chicks too. Quail chicks already murdered. I'm going to give him some quail eggs tomorrow. But either way, guys, go give my boy Josh a follow. Scale Fins and Feathers. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. And so is the homie Silver Cash. Insane Clown Pythons was in the building at Anaheim Super Show. What's good? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for tapping in. The homie High as Balls. The homie Ryan. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Thanks for tapping in. The homie Mason Johnson. What is good, player? Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. The homie Angel, big Angel in the building, flexing what? 3 clutches? What you got under your belt now, Angel? Damn, Angel's not fucking around, player. He's like a fucking cholo at a Dodger game with fucking a tall boy in one hand and a fucking little. I'm just kidding. Hey, bro, I'm really happy for you, Angel. Super stoked. Go give this guy a follow right now because he's gonna be showing some heat in the near future. And he ain't playing. It's my boy Angel, and he's a Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. The homie Jake Hole, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. The homie Chantel drove down all the way from Oregon, brought the family to attend Trap Fest 2022 because she's a Trap Talk Zoo Dream, Team Zoo Dream homegirl all day, every day. Patreon member. I love you so much, Chantel. It was a pleasure to have you at my house and to have you just kick it with everyone and to meet your family. Thank you so much for your support. You're a real one. My homegirl, my Kryptonite Ball Pythons, Canada in the building. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Eric's Morph Factory. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. The big homie Genomic Labs left with a boa after, coming to Trap Fest. That's gangster. Thanks for your support. Runyon Reptiles. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Forrest Pythons, the homie Kevin, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Thanks for tapping in. Correras Exotics Reptiles. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Wise Guys, forget about it. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Uniquely Muted Morphs. What is good, player? Thanks for tapping in. Mario V. What's the V stand for? I dare you to tell me. I'm just kidding. Thanks for tapping in. Jacob, Letter Better Fetter. Had another Aaron, Letter Better Fetter. Dude, 2 fucking gangsters. I thought these fools were like, actors in the movie of American History X for a second. I was like, damn, these fools fucking Vineyard. I'm just kidding. Jacob, I love you. This fool looked really clean at Anaheim, by the way. Like, skinhead clean. It's pretty scary. But I'm just saying, Jacob, he's not a racist. I love him. It's my boy Jacob. Go give him a follow on Instagram. Trap Talk Management. Big bro all day, every day. We have so many things in the work. Me and this guy. Lots to come. That's my boy Jacob. Thank you for your support. Bods, Exotics Reptiles, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Hissy Fit Reptiles, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. What is good, player? Thanks for tapping in. Big Mike, MVP Trap Talk Patreon member, OG, triple OG. It's my boy right here, 1776. Give him a follow on Instagram. He's going to be having some sick shit to show you guys here in the near future. Royal Serpent Exotics, what is good, player? Thanks for tapping in. Look at Lily, Miss Lily, who also attended Trap Fest 2022 with her husband, Dan. Fucking Dan's an OG. What a guy. Lily, honestly, guys, she's an untouchable. I met her husband. I'm gonna have to tell Chris Eaton this because Chris Eaton's all over Lily. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know, man. Let me meet her husband first. Bro, you ain't ever snagging this girl from the homie Dan. Ain't gonna happen. Let me just make that clear. I just love these two anyways. Lily, thank you for tapping in, and I appreciate you hanging out. That was an amazing time. I cannot wait to go fly up and kick it with you guys because that's definitely going to happen. We're definitely going to a Raider game together. That's for damn sure. What is good, Serpent Eclipse Reptiles? Thanks for tapping in. The homie Antoine did not have to choke nobody out at Trap Fest this year. That's a success. Shout out to homie Antoine for pulling through. Everybody knew who Antoine was. That's for damn sure. He was just like walking around. Motherfucker, they just couldn't. All people were going nuts that Antoine was at Trap Fest. Let's just say that. Appreciate your support. Damn, we have a Twitch viewer in the fucking building. Twitch viewer in the house. Little John, 1821. What is good? Amazing feeders for you. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Nixon Reptiles. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. And we're going to end it with somebody who's very player because he was my last week's New Breed on the Block series, and he done killed it. my homie Dorian from the Reptile Clutch. Make sure you guys go check out to the last episode that I had with my homie Dorian. After this episode, he killed it, and he's going to be killing it for years to come. Dorian, appreciate your support. Damn, I'm parched. Let's go. All right, here we go. The homie Steven, local to me, LA cat, I'm pretty sure. Either way, I've kind of seen this guy come from the beginning up, and I know what he's passionate about. This is his second year coming into actually breeding. Technically his first year, right? Everyone has that one year. They're like, let me see if I could do this. Maybe pull a clutch at off or two. But I think this is his actual year. So we'll hear it from him. But either way, he's been around for, a couple years going strong, and he's tapping in, ready to rock and roll. The homie Steven from Desert, Mojave, Morphs, and also fresh from Trap Fest 2022. What is good, player?
What up, G? What up?
Thank you for being here.
Loving it, huh?
How you living?
Good, bro. Good. Had a great weekend. Trap Fest was a blast. Anaheim was great. So it was good. It was good.
Anaheim was big, huh? Was my trip on, was Anaheim really big?
That shit was huge. I walked in, I was like, God damn, son.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is very. I remember it being a lot closer. I'm not complaining. I thought it was great. I like it more spread out, to be honest. But yeah, how'd you overall? You went. Let me see. You went Saturday and Sunday to Anaheim, or just Saturday?
I just went Saturday.
Okay,
yeah.
And what'd you overall think about it?
It was cool. It was big. Like I said, like you said, it was huge, bro. I walked in and I was just like, damn, there's so much room for activities in here still with everybody in there, bro. And you got to keep the intro, by the way, too, bro, because that shit gets everybody jumping and popping. It's a hype.
I'm not. Listen, I even said this from the beginning. I'm not in this for analytics. Like I am blessed enough. But here's the thing. I don't want to get into this too much, but the reason why I'm considering doing things to get me more subscribers and viewers is because I am trying to get paid more if I can on YouTube. But I'd rather get paid more if I can off what I'm doing now. I don't want to switch nothing up. So you know what? If YouTube is gonna put me in a realm of not getting new shit because I have an intro, so be it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting rid of my intro. I'm very bipolar though too, bro. I'm back and forth. So let me just knock on wood. But I will say, it felt good, bro. Literally 3 separate people within 2 hours came up and told me like, hey, keep the intro. They just said keep the intro, and I was like, wow, okay. So
I agree with them.
you heard. I listened. The people are speaking. What do you want me to do?
Right.
So either way,
don't break it if it's, or don't fix it if it ain't broken. So
yeah. Right. So, dude, let's tap into your shit, man. I mean, let's kind of talk about when this became about. When did this cross your mind? Desert, Mojave, Morphs. I want to hear it.
Man, so I always been into reptiles growing up, like my whole life. Would always have like lizards and shit. Would go catching them. Me and my homies would always go to like Petco and all the little like reptile or pet shops around us and like see what we can come home with that our parents would let us keep. I always tried to bring home snakes, but my parents never let it fly. I brought home a gardener snake one time. That was about the closest thing they let me keep. And then my homie's dad had some ball pythons, and my homie was scared of them, but so I was always helping his dad feed them and shit growing up. This was like back in like the 90s.
Wow.
Or 90s, early 2000s. So it was cool for me growing up, seeing that experience. So I always wanted one growing up. Tried begging my parents, never worked.
Right.
As I got older, I was probably about 20 or so. I ended up getting a California king snake, but I ended up catching that at the river. So I ended up keeping that thing for a little bit until I had to go away for work. And then I was gone too long to even take care of it. So I ended up selling it to the pet shop we had in town. So after that, I ain't been in the reptiles for a cool minute. And then my homie's dad ended up getting a ball python, and there grew the love for it all over again. I wanted one. Finally, I hit up Antoine from High Desert because he was a good homie of mine from the beginning. I was like, hey, bro, where can I go buy a banana? And he was just like, well, shit, check out MARC because anything I got, is going to be it's different. So I was like, what the hell? Because I ain't never seen them. Back when I first got into ball pythons, it was normals.
Wait, when did you hit up Antoine? When was this?
That was like the end of 2020, I think, or 2019. I don't remember.
So that's not too long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. So I hit him up, and then he led me to Morph Market. And then once I got to Morph Market, bro, that shit, I was like, what the hell? There's different colors, different everything. So I ended up getting one, started out the one, and then that just grew the itch. And then it came down to, okay, what am I going to do with all these ball pythons? Let me just try my hand in breeding and see where it goes. And then I came across Justin, Miguel, your Trap Talk. And from there, just started learning and researching more. And then realizing the ones I had then, I had to, kick in and know if I really wanted to take this serious, I had to redo my collection. So that's what I ended up doing. I went from being like male heavy at first and flipped it all around.
The banana, bro, I'll tell you what, I think banana is one of those genes that will never ever leave. And dude, I think there's a bad feedback. I think there's something I could hear. I could hear some sort of feedback when I talk.
It might be, I might have my shit too loud. Let me see.
Yeah, let me see. Just whatever, because I hear like a big muffling when I talk.
It's because I'm on the laptop. What about there? Is that better?
All right, hello, check. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Sorta, I think.
Might be just echoing from the room too.
All right, cool. Worst case scenario, if it gets really bad, we might just have to switch to your phone. Worst case scenario.
That works for me.
But anyways, yeah. So what I was saying, Steven, is the banana gene, I feel like, is always that one gene that will bring that noob in. Because I don't know what it was about that coloration, bro, but the banana was the first thing. Like, I remember seeing the I got my first snake, which is a pastel orange ghost Mojave, and that was like, wow, what is this snake? It's not a, I was just only used to normal, but the banana, it was banana then a bumblebee, but banana was like just that color, you know what I mean? And
the yellows,
it's something you just don't forget. Like when you see a banana, you've never seen a banana for the first time, it's like embedded in your brain. You're just like, wow, I'll never forget that. And I think those are one of the hooks. Like those are one of the hooker genes. But anyways, yeah, I love banana, man. So anyways, I'm curious, how many snakes did you have when you were considering breeding?
I was probably about like 6 deep at the time.
And what was your ratio?
I was probably like at a 3-to-2.
Okay, so you had 3 males and 2 females,
something like that. I have more males for sure.
Okay, so this is perfect. I want to hear about this. So okay, when you were looking at the situation, then did you panic? Were you like, oh no, I got to sell something, or did you just get something for those males? What did you do?
Actually, I ended up selling. I ended up moving some stuff around to get better females, or get females I can actually use. And then as I was learning, it was, okay, I need this, or I would actually go on MorphMark. A lot of people go on there to look to see what to buy. I go on there to look to see how certain genes interact with other ones. So I mean, till this day, I still do that because people are doing different combos. And spot nose, for example, you see do what it does to different things, and you're just like, God damn, spot nose is pretty fire.
Right.
So, I was doing that.
And so, at that point, were you, yeah, dude, it's doing it pretty bad, bro. We probably have to switch to your phone. Let's switch to your phone if you don't mind. Let's boot you off this, and then we'll just just come right back in when you're on your phone if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, bro. I'll see you right now. No big deal. It's quick. All right. Sorry about that, guys. That shit literally is popping in my ear every time I don't know if you guys noticed, but when he's talking and I'm like not talking for a while, as soon as I talk, there's like a huge big pop and muffle, and there's no way I could let that fly for the rest of the podcast. So bear with me. If you're just now tapping in, 52 people tapping in for the homie Steven? That's what's up. Let's make sure we get the likes up for the homie Steven. And yeah, this is going to be a great interview. I'm looking forward to see what moves he made, because you got to understand, a lot of people like myself, I had 20-something snakes. None of them made sense. When it came down to me saying I wanted to breed and I went to go look what I had a bunch of snakes that made no sense when it came to breeding, and I actually did not know that until I got about 60 snakes. Holy shit. So things can get pretty hairy when you're not really prepared, but like, hey, I want to keep buying snakes and want to breed. So I want to hear exactly how the homie did things, but appreciate everyone tapping in again. I love the support. I hope everyone had a good Monday. You know what I mean? My Monday was a little slow. I'm not gonna lie. I was dragging ass a little bit, but I ended up just saying, fuck it, get my shit together. But I appreciate everyone tapping in. And again, right before Steven hops back in here in just a second, let's get the lights up for the homie Steven, and let's get things bracking. Might as well probably smoke too, man. I don't know. But like I said, I'm pretty dragging ass right now. But anyways, guys, I just want to let you guys know also Thursday night's going to be cracking as well, which we'll talk about in just a second. But Steven Desert Mojave Morphs is back. What is good?
All right, is that better?
And the camera's better, bro. This is
I know, that's what I was like, man.
Stupid. I'm never I'm never, because I always tell people you get the option of doing a laptop or a tablet or a phone. And a lot of people like to go laptop, not just because they always think, well, that would be better, right? You would think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's connected to the internet, to the home, you know what I mean? But no, dude, I'm telling you, the goddamn technology nowadays, bro, phone is where it's at, you know?
For sure.
But this looks great. You look great. Everything sounds good. Crystal clear. Let's hit the ground running back to where we were going, because like we were saying, you were sitting about 6 snakes, 4 to 2 about, you know, roughly saying none of them made sense. So you ended up selling all of them, or what'd you end up doing again? Like what'd you end up doing?
I actually got rid of I don't think I have any of the males left. They're all gone.
Cool.
And I only got one female left from that I originally kept. That was it.
Did you like swap? Did you swap for things, or did you just get cash and buy what you wanted? What were you doing?
I got cash and bought what I wanted.
Okay.
Oh.
And let's talk about some of the foundation morphs, like some of the things that you were like, okay, I need this one, you know. So after you got rid of the 6, what are the things that you added at that point?
What did I get? I went in order. I want to say I went bongo with my bongo yellow belly fire. I got her, and I got a couple of het clown things, and then I picked up the Trojan trick from Justin.
Pause. I knew I was waiting for this. Okay. Trojan trick. Now that's and you got this what, 2 years ago, or how many?
About like a year and a half.
Definitely, and that's when nobody was even talking about it. This is definitely was. So what drew you to the Trojan trick? What was the? I'm curious what it was at that point, because it wasn't hype. It wasn't hype. Nobody was getting it. So this is all you. So I'm curious.
Well, when I was looking at it, I really liked the way the colors popped on it, and I saw that it was something nobody was really working with, and I wasn't trying to follow the crowd. I was trying to do my own thing and stuff that I wanted to produce. So when I seen it, the design or the pattern on it, you know, looked really good with the trick in it, and then the Trojan, the way it pops. And then I started talking to Justin on it a little bit, and then he just told me that, well, you know, it keeps getting brighter every time it sheds, and he hasn't lied. It really does glow every time he sheds. So it's one of my favorite morphs, honestly, and I feel like it's still slept on a little bit. And then after a couple months later, he did the video that he got was it a Trojan trick hypo DG or something like that, and everybody was like, "Oh, Trojan," and I was like, "I'm happy I bought mine before."
I think like here's the thing: the stuff that Justin's giving us, like, you know, little tips on, like, hey, like this, and that, is stuff that will technically be slept on for like the next few years, I feel like. But it will definitely it's definitely pushing to be more and more like, oh my God, I better hurry up and do something with this gene. But I feel like you're somebody, like I said, if you got this already going and you're implementing in your projects from 2 years ago, this is exactly what the kind of thing you should have been doing from the get-go. Now I'm curious. So other than that, right? So what was the like investment strategy after that? Like, did you know what you wanted to put in Trojan trick, or what you wanted to do with it, or you just had no clue? What was the plan?
Well, at the time it was really no clue, because I had a couple females that I had then that I ended up not wanting to work with. Like I had a butter. She was a big girl, and I got a good deal on her. So I was like, oh, you know, let me get her. So that was my thought process at first, was like, oh, let me just make some stuff. And then I ended up redoing my collection again, because it went from, man, why am I buying stuff just to hurry up and breed when I could just take my sweet ass time doing it, learn my animals right, get what I want, and just grow them out myself, so that way I know my animals, you know?
Right.
Like, so I'm doing it that way now. So I haven't like right now he had a clutch drop. It was a lesser pastel, 100% hypo to the Trojan trick. So that should be due about mid-August, not July, my bad. Mid-August. So I'm excited to see what those look like.
Dude, and honestly, bro, check this out. I'm gonna give a shout out to the homie Matthew Summers, my boy Matthew Summers.
Oh, yeah, that's the dude.
I've known Matt since we met at the Slipknot concert in 2019, and this fool has never stressed, never pushed to want to get a clutch on the ground, right?
Yeah. And
just now, man, what, 2023? Fuck, bro, like 4 years later, this guy is now getting clutches from animals he raised. Like these, he did not get anyone's proven breeders, specifically. So whatever his first clutches are shit that he wants to make. It's not like, you know, basically like, you know, which is it. This is what I did, right? I was like, I wanted to hurry up and get a clutch on the ground. So what did I do? I got codoms, which is cool, right? But what if I would have waited just a little bit longer and got knowledge to make het clowns. Like, why did I make really cool 6 fucking gene codoms, which at that time, understand 2018 was my first clutch, I think. Yeah. So six bangers, right? Fuck, I hate that now. 6 bangers, right? was like the thing. So I'm like thinking I need to get as many genes as possible. And that's like so 2010, bro. Like, and because I was in such a rush to want to get a fucking clutch on the ground, I was not really thinking futuristic. And I'm saying this now so anyone can hear this and not fucking put yourself in that rush position, because you got to think ahead, right? So again, back to Matthew Summers. I want to say this motherfucker put in time. He put in the work, and now he's getting like visual clowns to give him clutches. I haven't even gotten a visual clown clutch yet. Like I've hit clowns. Don't get me wrong, but like this fool's getting sick ass shit already right off the bat. So, anyways, patience is everything right off the bat. If you don't, you don't have to be in a rush. As long as you know you can do it. I will say, like if you could get, like you said, last year technically was your first year when it's really this year, right? But
it was a filler year.
But but you did it because you tried and you could pull it off. That's what my first clutch was. So it's not at the end of the world. It's if you want to make sure you're meant for it, that's fine. But like I said, hats off to Matt Summers for taking the time and the patience and just making shit happen the way he wants. And same to you, man. This is going to be great. So let's kind of dip into so last year your first clutch. What was your first clutch?
It was actually a pastel clown to a clown. So I ended up with one pastel clown and a couple clowns. Mostly were all females, so I kept 3 of them.
Well, that's a huge one. That's big.
Yeah. So my first one were visual clowns, but they're just single gene clowns. But I mean, the quality on them looks amazing, honestly. To even stack on recessive females like a clown is something that's a very good. Need clowns.
You're gonna always need that, right? But what's crazy is like you got people even selling you have people literally getting rid of single recessive genes out of their collection now. And and like me, I wouldn't do like I'm sitting on some really codom fucking single gene recessives, and I'm like, dude, I can never see myself handing them out. But think about how far advanced motherfuckers are where they're like, there's not one single recessive floating around. It's all double and above like that. That kind of scares me. Don't get me wrong.
It comes within time though.
It does. No, it just said, exactly. Those are people who've been doing that shit for years, and I'm still wet behind the ears technically, we both are. So anyways, tapping back in. So your first clutch was that pastel clown to clown, and then you got 2 clutches last year, right? Or just 1? Yeah, 2. And then I had the lesser pastel that laid right now. She was with a firefly, so I got 4 eggs out of that one. Well, 6 eggs. 2 were bad. 1 was a boob egg, and then 3 good eggs. Okay. And I'm always curious because everyone confuses themselves, and and only because they always think they see things like an ovulation, and when they don't see an ovulation, so were you ever at a moment at confusion, like not knowing if you saw an ovulation or not? Did you go through that learning curve and thinking like, oh, is this it? And it's not, like, or did you just kind of saw it when it happened? Last year, it was pretty obvious when it happened. It was just like literally like they blew up in the midsection. It was like, oh shit, that's definitely ovulation. Like, and then you check the tail and you see it sucked in a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah. Then I counted my 17 days down, right on the money on 17 days she sheds. So from there it was just golden. So I was like, well, that worked out perfect, So I was like, this isn't too bad. An ultrasound would be nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm happy to say I did it the first couple times, even this year. I still don't have ultrasound. I want to get one, but I mean, if you got the bills, cool, do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just something that, like, if you're somebody who has only so many females and you need this much, like, I feel like your collection, what you have, is more important because you could do it without the ultrasound. Like, that's what I say. You don't need the. I feel like the ultrasound is just something like, oh, I have a fucking incubator and I haven't even bred yet. Which, I mean, it's cool to be prepared for that, but I wouldn't get an incubator unless I was in my 3rd or 2nd year, or unless something that I knew that I was about to breed, but like I said, it depends what you do with your money. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own way of doing things, and do as you please. But this is very strategic when it comes down to spending money and being in this game, and which leads me to my next question before we kind of tap into what you have going on this year. What kind of caging or what did you invest in right off the bat? Like, what did you put your snakes in? Well, right off the back, I went with the bougie PVC racks. Who's that? Who is that? I never heard of them. He's from I don't even know where he was from. He's somewhere down, like in
Hesperia area, I think.
Huh.
So he was doing it for a cool minute. So I got like 2 racks from him. And then I ended up getting a couple Vision racks, the 70 racks.
Okay.
And then for my hatchlings, I ended up getting a good deal on a Freedom Breeder one, an old school Freedom Breeder one that I painted and made it look brand new pretty much.
Nice.
So now I have about 2 weeks away. I should have it in, hopefully, is my Pro line racks. I'm waiting on those. So upgrading.
The new Freedom Breeder line?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
I got the 40 series, so one with those.
I you know, listen, at the end of the day, they're my sponsor, right? And I love my Freedom Breeder rack, but I have some people not happy about the Pro line. And it's because of the rivets or something.
Yeah, I heard rivets.
And I remember Antoine came, you know, I have one rack that's like not an ARS rack, even though he lied to me and told me it was. But it's something that like very similar to an ARS rack. And shout out to Andrew who told me that Antoine was lying. I appreciate that. But anyways, I found that out. But then Antoine's like, hey, there's some rivets I have to do. And it was like, he's like, it's a pain in the ass, you know? And I kind of saw how it's easy to fuck up. That's the thing is, it's like, I feel like there's no room for mistake. I feel like when building these things, so you do have to be careful.
Yeah. So take your time on it.
Yeah. Take your time on it. Definitely. Are you a good builder? Like, are you a handy guy? Like,
Yeah, I work on airplanes for a living, so I gotta be.
That's sick.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
I was working in the gold mines and when was back in 2012, and the price of gold had dropped, so we all got laid off little by little. When it came my time, I was out of work, enjoying myself, relaxing finally for a little bit, and I actually got the opportunity. Someone was like, hey, go apply here, and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do there? I don't know how to work on goddamn airplanes. I'm coming out of the gold mines.
Right.
And they're like, nah, you got hands-on experience with tools and everything. And my dad was a mechanic growing up, so I knew the basics too. So I was like, all right, cool, let me go give it a shot. Got my interview, landed the job. As I'm in the interview, they're like, oh, you know what this is? I was like, I don't know what the fuck any of this shit is. They're like jets and shit. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck any of this is.
So he's showing you jets. He's just showing you planes.
Yeah.
Asking if you know the planes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, nah, I don't know what that is at all. But I ended up getting the job anyways. They taught me everything right there, hands-on. So it was cool. So I've been doing it for what, like 10 years now almost.
So what's the name of the place you work at? Where's it at?
Northrop Grumman. Out here in Palmdale.
Palmdale?
Yes, sir.
Damn. So what kind of jets? What are you actually working on?
I can't say that.
Oh, shit. Can you tell me on the DL though? Like on the DL maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. Bro, I love jets. I'm into playing.
They're sick, bro. There's some shit you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
damn.
Yeah.
So is it for like the government or is it like
Something
private?
like that.
Something similar to that.
Different buyers and shit. Yeah.
Damn. Interesting.
It's cool.
What about, can I talk about the kind of work you're doing on the plane though? Like what kind
I
of
do everything from fabrication to motors to ailerons. I do it all. Hydraulic systems, wiring.
Damn, so you know how to wire up fucking plane at this point?
Yeah.
Like, you know
how like wiring anything else. It's no different from a car, to be honest. It's just bigger aspects. It's a little easier to work on because you got to go in a tight spot. Then
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, obviously it could be a pain in the ass working through an engine or through a car, but through a fucking plane, that's like you could see.
You gotta crawl in that bitch. So
damn, bro, that is so sick. So you've been doing this for how long now?
About 10 years almost.
And you love it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go get my CDL and shit because I see other business opportunities with that for my Class A license.
Commercial driver's license, huh?
Yes, sir.
And
get my Class A, and I want to, start up business number 2 from there. So
that's a good hustle, bro. I know a lot of people recently, like homies who were doing what I did, fucking over their lives, and then they got their shit together, and a couple of them got their CDLs, and they're doing really doing big things.
I mean, it's good and easy job to do too. So I mean, you're just driving most of the time.
It's lucrative. You're always gonna be needed.
Yeah, it's always needed for sure.
Scary
I just want to learn the in and outs of it, and then start my own fleet up.
Scary thing is though, right now is the gas prices.
Yeah.
And there's people thinking how they're just gonna, like more boycotting is in the works or some shit of people not, because you understand, man. I don't know where this is going, to be honest. I really hope it's not coming to the point where businesses just don't function no more due to gas pricing.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy because everything skyrocketed.
If it does, then this conspiracy shit's gonna get heavy because this is kind of like shit that was gonna be predicted. Like people predicted this shit to happen.
Oh yeah.
And this is why I'm like, what
I like TV too.
I tend not to get my head wrapped around in this shit because it could really take over your life. But now here we are fucking dealing with it. You know what I mean? And fuck, man, listen, I believe in God. All I do is pray. I mean, what can you do, man? This is just a time. I mean, fuck, who would have thought?
Hey, we all go through hard times. We just got to get through it, right?
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we'll be all right. I mean, we just got to
keep pushing.
Listen, if you have snakes, keep them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You will definitely be you'll be jumping off a bridge, or I shouldn't be saying that, but you'll be doing something really bad to yourself without animals. Animals keeps you sane. I'm telling you right now.
They do. They're stress relievers, anxiety relievers,
damn, I love them.
Relievers. They do it all.
I would literally live my life so like if I, God forbid, knock on wood, my wife fucking something happened, you know, and we weren't, you know, I had nobody. I would have my animals would keep me alive. That'd be the only thing you want to keep me here is my animals.
For sure. They're just it's like a sanctuary of its own when you're taking care of them. Even the cleanings, you know.
Speaking of cleanings, how do you first off, what's your animal count at this point? How many snakes you have?
I'm about 42 deep right now.
Okay, cool, awesome. And how many of those are adults?
I'd say about 12 of them, 13 of them, and then I have another like 6 of them that are real close.
Okay. So as of right now, you know, you obviously know the amount that you're at is very attainable. I didn't even ask, do you have kids? Do you have any kids or anything?
Yeah, I have 3 daughters. So that's actually the DMM. That's actually what it stands for, Desert Mojave Morphs. The D is my oldest daughter, Delilah. Then the M's, Madeline and Maya. So
wow,
I try to, you know, mix the names into there.
So okay, so I'm glad I asked that because I was going to say, you know, what you have is a walk on the park, but not really. You're a dad of 3. This is these can be tricky, but obviously this is why I feel like you know that you're gradually getting to where you're at. You're in no rush because I don't feel like you can be in a rush. You got too much going on right now.
I mean, key is learning at the end of the day. You got to learn. You never can stop learning. You can be 30 years in and a newbie can come in and still teach you something new, you know?
100%.
So
100%.
Every day's a perfect day to learn something new, I always say.
You said Delilah's your eldest name?
Yes, sir.
How old is she?
She's 12.
12 years
13 in October, yeah.
How old are you, dog? I'm confused.
31.
Okay, so you were pretty young when you had her.
I was 18.
Okay, respect. Hey, and you know, I don't know. It took me a while to mature. Just because basically I had no kids, right? I just partied my ass off. But I'm sure having a kid kind of gets you on the right. You have no choice but to kind of get on the right track pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I'm a hothead, so it mellowed me out pretty damn good. It made me think twice. Like, oh shit, hold on, I can get in deep trouble if I do this.
Because you know it's not about you no more. Everything,
exactly.
You know, right, and I feel like that's a huge key for you to understand that. You know, and you know, I'm curious. So your middle child is how old?
She's 4.
Okay, and then your youngest?
She's a year and a half.
Wow, so fresh. So, dude,
I'm a female maker, so.
Hey, dude, those are worth more, man. You're good.
That's for sure.
Bro, literally worth more. It's gonna cost you more.
It's dead ass, bro. It does. Sometimes I'm like, damn, man.
Bro, I just thought about that. 3 girls, bro. They're dude, But listen, hey, you're in the right game. We're gonna get. Don't worry. How's Delilah though? Is she a princess type? Is she spoiled or she?
They're all princesses, bro. Every single one of them.
Okay.
They just give you that look, and it's like,
you can't say no. I get it. Oh man, adorable. But okay, so the youngest. So here we go. You have a year and a half year old, basically in the midst of you growing what you're growing right now. So we're doing both, which has to be stressful at times. I can't lie. Like I'm sure there's times where you're needed for something, but then your room needs you, right? Like how are you delegating that?
Well, my lady, she's real good help. You know, she's a great partner to have, everything. So I couldn't do it without her for sure. So when I need to do cleanings and everything, she helps me out there with the kids and everything. So it's perfect. We're a perfect team for sure.
What about when it comes to finances, you know, meaning like, you know, because it must be crazy, bro. Like 3 kids, somebody needs something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it has to be difficult to, you know, you got some people who just don't have the responsibilities that you have. And like myself, my 3 kids I put into the goddamn room and shit, I feel like.
Yeah.
But you know, you're trying to do both. So how are you maintaining that? Like, do you bring her along every idea? How's it go with that? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I let her know everything that's going on, but at the same time, you know, I took like I don't get like before. I'd always spend money on my vehicles because I have an Eclipse, my truck. I used to buy
nice.
truck parts all the time, car parts all the
Car
time.
guy, that's
I cut all that shit out. I was like, ball pythons are more important right now.
Because you're just dumping it. That just dumps money into something where you're just like, that's for your own little.
Not only that, you put money into it, it breaks. You put more money into it, it breaks again. You put more money into it. You always test the limits, or you get us too slow. Let me go faster.
Yeah, it's never.
It's always upgrading something.
It's never enough.
Yeah.
That's why if you see fucking really like baller ass fools who love cars, dude, they have so many cars because it's never enough. This is why I'm so happy I'm not like I tried to become a car guy, right? And then like I lost my license and I became a degenerate and fucking, you know, obviously after that, you know, I was riding around dirty. So everything
Cali right around dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Every car I bought, every car I bought was no payments. It was just cash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So either way, fucking where was I getting at with that? I don't know. My mind went to fucking. What were we talking about just now? Fuck. Here we go. Happens once a podcast.
It happens once a podcast. We're talking about the car scene.
Oh, okay. Yes. So, anyways, but when I was like my first car, check this out. You're gonna love this. My first car was a GSX Eclipse, all-wheel drive, 1998. This shit was sick. It had the arch fucking you know, like I thought I was the man, bro. Like I was fresh out of high school, right? And it's like 2003. So it was already out, but this is after they changed that to that new that different body style.
Remember the spider?
Yeah, and not a lot of people liked it. I thought it was okay, but I was because of
the 2Gs are the best.
Yeah, bro. I was like, that shit was sick. So I was, you know, obviously customizing it and whatnot. Yeah. And then I remember
Fast came out.
Right. So I remember like, you know, I remember really geeking out over that car, bro. And I was always into cars. And the next car was a Beamer, and I got into a Beamer after that. But then I would realize, you know, how expensive this shit was. You know, Beamer, I was now
oil changes everything.
European. I was spending like fucking $200 for an oil change, and I was confused. Like I was like, you know,
it's so easy though.
So it became different. But all I know is like I could have easily became one of those car guys where like, you know, like, but I don't know. Like I guess my priorities went elsewhere. But it's easy to just find any other than cars, bro. There's mad other hobbies you could just dump shit into where it either breaks and you just have to keep putting into things for your own pleasure. But we're talking about a hobby that just pays itself off tenfolds, bro. Even if you have 5, 6, 7 kids, this shit will take care of all these kids. You got best believe that, okay? But let's get back into, you know, as far as you having 3 kids, you're on your second year technically of breeding. How many clutches are you looking at this year, like best case scenario?
Well, I'm up to 2 right now. I had 1 in January, then I had the one that just laid. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 more by the end of the year. If the other ones go earlier that I have pairing, it's gonna be 11. So I'll go from 2 to 11.
And what's the most anticipated clutch this year for you? What is it that you're just like you hope it goes through the most?
The Stranger Clown or the Bongo Yellow Belly Fire.
Wow. So you're gonna go for some heavy hets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for some heavy hets for sure. Some Stranger Bongo hets. That'd be nice.
So you got into Stranger Gene too?
Yes, sir.
Damn. When did you get into Stranger Gene?
December actually.
So recent. Pretty recent.
It wasn't. I hit up Justin. I actually got it from Justin. I hit up Justin for it, and thinking I was gonna get a baby, you know. And then he comes back. Well, this female's actually 800 grams. I was like, well, shit. Or not female, male. My bad. Yeah. This male's actually 800 grams. I was like, damn, I can use him. I was like, hold up.
Right.
Like, all right. So right now, I have him going to a pastel clown and a clown that should be laying here soon within the next month or so. Then the Bongo. Then Firefly, a Vanilla, and you know, so hopefully, but those hopefully go this year.
What are you doing to stay on top of seeing what's available out there? I mean, what's your choice of like, you know, are you a Morph Market guy? Are you part of Patreon pages and just geek out that way? Like, how are you kind of looking
Morph Market?
Yeah,
Morph Market for sure. It's like a nightly thing. Like I said, I go on there, you know, to look at. I go on there to look at things, you know, just to see how it interacts with stuff. And sometimes it's like, oh shit, I think I need that.
That's funny, bro. Like think about it, like Morph Market. is an insomniac paradise. Like if you have
Oh,
insomniac and you just can't sleep and you
More
have
smart
things
stuff.
and you're into ball pythons and you got things that you could definitely work on and whatnot, you ain't going to sleep. You're fucked.
Yeah. You're just gonna go on there. Like I said, I use it for research. So not a lot of times I buy a lot of stuff, but I'll go on there just to see like, okay, I see what this does with this. I'm gonna keep an eye on it some more. Keep looking at the combos it makes, and oh, okay, I like this. Keep it in my head. Go look at something else. Keep that in my head and see what they look like, to envision what they look like together, or with what I got, like the Trojan or the Stranger. I have a pastel spot nose highway het clown, so I start thinking of stuff that can go to. I have my other males, a Enchi hypo 100% DG 66% clown.
Ooh.
So I got a female for him that's 100% DG and then 66% double het hypo.
Enchi hypo het DG 66% het clown.
Yes, sir.
Who'd you get that from, fucker? That shit's
I got from Michael Record, I believe it was.
Damn.
And I got a female to go with her, so she should be ready next year to start pairing up.
Wow.
So,
Who's Michael? Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that guy. Oh my god. You know what? Hold on. That fool is like, he's been ducking and dodging me for a minute now. He's cool. No, he's cool.
He's
but
got some sick shit.
Oh hell yeah! I wanted him
Yeah.
on the show. Okay, I know this is when it was. It was I think I was very hot at the time and not in a good way. This was when during a situation where some guy made a fucking fool of himself. I brought him on my show, and it was during the Texas ordeal. Remember that Texas?
Oh yeah, with the weather and shit.
I don't want to say names, but anyway.
I know.
So anyways,
I know exactly.
it was really fresh off of that. And I remember he came to me saying, "Hey, dude, you did a really good job, man." And I was like, "Cool. Do you want to come on the show?" And he was like, I think I'll wait."
I'm gonna let it cool down a bit.
I don't blame him, bro. That shit was hot during that time. I almost lost Brock Wagner on that.
Damn.
I almost did, but I was able to convince him not to, and it was actually a really good show. And Brock Wagner round 2 is coming very shortly.
Nice.
But dude, yeah, what a fucking time that was. Jesus, that's all I gotta say. But what were we talking about before?
About the hypo het DG.
Yes. From the homie Michael, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, yeah. I'm curious because you bought that when? When did you buy that snake?
I bought the pair from him, so that was earlier this year, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're pretty young still, or
oh no, the male's already. I have them breeding already. The female's probably about 800 grams.
What do you have the male going to?
I have him going to my granite clown proven het hypo right now. So
okay, so you're gonna hopefully prove out the clown. You good?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that. Someone I just fed right before the show. So
is that a rat? Is that a rat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I thought it was your kid. I was like,
yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's all good. It's circle of life. This fool's feeding live. I love it.
Oh yeah. It's easier. I don't have time to sit there and dangle shit in front of their face and heat up shit. And if they don't eat, I'm be stuck with a fucking stinky ass dead rat.
And listen, the homie KG from Bomb Project kept it a buck on this. I want you to keep it a buck too. Have you ever had any bad fucking scenarios like I forgot to check the wrap and it got your snake? Has that happened to you?
No, I'm actually pretty good. I'll put them in, and then right before I go to bed, I'll hurry and go through every tub, make sure they're all out, just so I can avoid that, because I know a few people it happened to, so I learn from their experiences. Well,
here's the thing, because that's a way better way to go versus let me check tomorrow morning, because so many things can happen. Like, times you forget about things you're supposed to do when you wake up the next day. Like, unless you just have it embedded on the fucking, on a billboard or something. But either way, safest thing to do is just check before you go to sleep. You know what I mean? So what do? You normally just pull them out at that point, right? Yeah, I'll go right before I go to bed. I'll pull them out, put them back in, and then wait a couple days. And if they don't eat, wait a couple days, and then try offering again. So, are you breeding your own rats? No, I was at first, but the heat out here is too much, and I haven't put an AC or anything in my garage yet, because that's where I was keeping them. So now I'll just buy enough for 2 weeks and just hold them at a time. So I have like a rat rack to keep them in the meantime. So And so you have a consistent plug that drops
Oh,
off.
yeah.
You go pick up or whatever.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's about 2 hours away, but it's worth it.
So about once a week you go link up, or what do you do?
I'll do it. I go every other week.
So every 2 weeks.
I'll get them every other week.
Okay. Since we're on this topic of feeding, I'm curious, what's your scheduling like? You know, when it comes from hatchlings all the way up to adults, how often are you feeding?
If they're breeding for adults, they get the once a week. If they're not breeding, I'll do them every other week. My hatchlings, they eat every 5 to 7 days, so I can get them bulked up. Some are good eaters. Some will take whoever. If someone leaves one, some will eat double. You know, so it's pretty simple, I guess. Average.
I ain't gonna drop too much info, but I was just mind blown from what I've heard on some motherfuckers getting their males to breed at 6 months.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
with no problem. And I'm like, what? And there's a strategic way to getting them to size. And let's just say a lot of frequent meals. Okay.
Yeah. I heard some people do it every couple, 4 or 5 days or something like
I'm
that.
curious, because listen, I'm kind of lacking on my males. You know what I mean? My males are fucking on the low side, and I do have some shit that I'm hoping to hit for this year. But I could understand that not being good for a female, right? Even if you want to try, because I feel like you can never push weight onto a female to get her to size a breed. I feel like maturity is where it's at with the female.
Oh, yeah.
But with the male, I feel like the fact that it's
just get him his energy built up.
It's the energy. It's to get his sperm going, basically. You know what I mean? And for that to happen in 6 months, I mean, if you could strategically do that, think about how much of a weight that saves you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Especially if you have females like that you compare him to that are ready to go.
I'm just curious. I want to see do you are by doing this, are you always getting healthy eggs? I'm very curious about this, and I didn't get to talk to this person much about this topic. Because he was just telling me how he does it and whatnot, and I do want to know the statistics. How many slugs? Because if that was the case, because there is also, like, especially with chondros, if you pair a really young chondro to a female, sometimes the eggs don't come out good.
I can see that
for whatever reason. So I don't see how that wouldn't be with
weaker sperm.
Yeah, weaker sperm. You know what I mean? It's he's barely has hair on his nads. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck. But at the end of the day, the information I got this shit from is somebody who's one of the best doing it. So it's like, fuck, So curious on how that works out. Now with your males, I'm curious, you feed them once a week during breeding as well, or do you always keep it on bi-weekly?
Yeah, once a week during breeding for sure. So.
And how big are your males for the most part? Like, do you have big males, or your males kind of in the middle?
They're about 900.
Okay.
So, yeah, about 900 for the Trojan and the Stranger. I have a lace hypo who's about only like 300 grams. The spot nose highway is about 500. So I have migraine stuff, which is like similar to cryptic and Namor. So it's not proven the same yet, but it's around that same stuff.
Okay. Now, when it comes down to the holdback situation, right? Because obviously, I mean, you would like to invest with your productions at this point, right? Or are you still making like savings out of your own paycheck and buying shit? Where are you at this point when it comes to investing more where you're at?
A little bit of both, mainly saving out of my own stuff, and still purchasing out of my own pocket. Once I get some other stuff going and more eggs on the ground, it'll probably be a little different, but even then it's still going to go right back into the business.
Right. Okay.
My thing's investing into the business right now. I even when I need new shoes, I'm like, nah, let me hold on.
I really need new shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because there's gonna be because you already know in your head there's a time and place where you're gonna get whatever fucking shoes you want. You know what I mean?
That's exactly where my mindset is. It's like, let me focus on building now. Whatever I need, I can get later.
You want to know what Justin's like? Do I really need a supercar Porsche, a new one right
yeah,
now?
For real.
And then he just waits a year and buys it anyways.
For real.
That fool's he's building a whole, I don't know where he's at with that build, but he's building a whole garage for his supercars.
Yeah.
How's that not motivating? And he only does ball pythons. You know what I mean? So, listen, he does it, dude. Oh my God, bro. I don't think motherfuckers know how loaded this guy is. He's so loaded. It's like, it's I'm not trying to like brag on his behalf, and I'm just saying like it's
all those years.
I don't need that much, like he's not even a show off. Like he can I'm sure this motherfucker could have a private jet if he wanted to. Like if he
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to be that like wild, but he's not. He's not a wild
not
guy.
flashy.
He's all about passion. I think he knows what he has, and he's not trying to make himself look like a fool, which God bless him. I feel like I would not be that person. I would have a private jet for sure. Hella be fucking popping bottles and shit. Just oh my God.
Yeah. It's a good time.
But that kind of shit motivates me, man. Like when I see somebody having the life of like, wow, like I need 25% of that, maybe 20% of that.
Yeah, like that's the same thing
and
with
I can
Miguel.
die happy. Yeah, I could like Miguel. Like think about
Yeah,
Miguel.
Miguel.
Like Miguel, and thing is, Miguel is not nowhere near Justin Kabelka as far as how long he's been in this. Miguel's only been in this for a year longer than I have. You know what I mean? And Justin's been in this since 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that's crazy,
bro. Like he's light years ahead of us. But
that's why I said anything we think of, Justin's already probably doing it or thinking of it.
But it's more of the inspiration, like fucking like breadcrumbs he's leaving behind. Like he's like, in much as some people don't like to admit it, Justin has influenced so many people's projects out there to where now they are the ones living a life.
Oh yeah,
living the life. Period.
You can see it too in their pairings. You'll see like that's similar to something Justin did, or it's right on point with what he did. You know, for me, I see it and I'm like, what can I add to it? What can I change around in it? Like, yeah, that's cool, but what if we add this or take away this or just completely change it around and add a couple similar genes to see what it does differently?
What if you just hang in there for the next few years? You don't know where you'll be at. I'm telling you, you just got to not give up on this shit. I try to give people benefit of the doubt sometimes, you know, because Steven, you know, a lot of people come and go in this shit, bro.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it a lot.
I have to give my energy to certain people. I don't want to give it to people I feel like that are gonna fucking fugazi me. I don't want to like, bro. I don't want, just because you're trying to get a quick turnaround on what you want, I'm not gonna give you info. So I try to
know where your mindset's at, you know?
Yeah, I want to try to read through these people because I want people that are going to be here in 5, 6, 7 years. Like, what's the point of being here for 3, 4 years? Like,
what a lot of people I think fail to realize is, you know, they have one season and they're like, oh, okay, this is cool. But after your one season, your second season, your third season, fourth season, you're just going to build up more and more every year if you're doing it right. I mean, you're doing your research and you're learning what everything does. And you're pairing the right pairings, you should be able to every year have better and better quality, better animals, better everything all around.
So overall, how many snakes have you sold so far?
Oof. Honestly, like with the recollection and babies and everything.
Just with your own production. How much of your own production?
From the Lesser Pastel, I sold all 3 of her babies. From my Granite, I sold most of those. I kept 2. I have 2 left out of the 6.
And where'd you sell them at? Did you sell them on Morph Market?
Morph Market.
Okay.
Morph Market.
Now, how'd you feel? Like, honestly, you know, would you feel weird pricing things? Like, I mean, because it's your first time, right? So
yeah,
I want to talk about how it came down to you pricing things out. Did you reach out to certain people and whatnot?
I actually reach out to Miguel.
Hey, bro, Miguel's
only like 10-15 minutes from me, so
Miguel is a very fair pricing individual, bro.
Yeah.
Like, one thing about Miguel, he does not tax at all. Like, and that's why he never, like, I don't know, I wonder if big breeders hate that, you know what I mean? Like, because you gotta understand, like, he does not have shit up for long. It's gone pretty quick, and it's not, and I'm not saying he undercuts things a lot, but I'm just saying, like, he has very fair prices, like super fair prices. And I feel like he always knows. I feel like he's just not a greedy individual. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not.
I feel like that's so smart because, you know, you already have big fucking OGs in the game mad that you're in the game, right? So what's the best thing that you can do is by getting their customers, by giving them good legit pricing. And that's the smartest thing anybody could do. And I feel like man, who did I? Oh, okay. So I'm going to bring up a situation here because I kind of got hyped into something. I'm not going to lie. I kind of got greedy this year with my Super Dwarfs Retics because I got my Super Dwarf Reticulated Python clutch, right? And I didn't know I was going to get that. I was like, God damn, 26 of them. And I was like really stoked. And then I started looking into the pricing of them and how much they go for. And I was like, holy shit, you know what I mean? And I was confirming pricing with my boy Andrew, who was the person I went in on the project with, right? And then I was confirming pricing with another well-established, like top 3 Super Dwarf breeder in the world. And I was telling him what his prices would be with these. And he was literally doubling my boy's prices. And I was like, oh, damn. And I was like, dude, that's a huge gap. And so I was like, I'm gonna go with homeboy's prices. But this motherfucker has been doing this shit for 12 years, and he has people on his jock. And I kind of shot myself in the foot, bro. I tried throwing. I'm not okay. First off, I did sell like about 3-4 snakes off the prices I had them at right off the bat. And I was like, damn, these fools. I was like, that's crazy. These are going to sell quick. But then that's all I got after that. So next thing you know, I still have shit on Morph Market at these prices that aren't really driving people in. So I'm in a position now where I'm not worried. I'm not concerned, but I need to maybe strategically look on how I should be pricing Super Dwarf for ticks if I've never even been known to have any clutches.
That's what I was gonna say.
My first clutch, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these Super Dwarf fanatics that are inquiring, I hit them with my prices and I tell them I'm firm, and they're, they just kind of walk the other way. So I want to learn something from this too. Listen, don't be coming on my ass to think I'm doing 50% off or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I got to reconsider my pricing as well.
They just got a reputation already. So, their quality, their animals, and like you said, if they've been breeding for 12 years, they got that built up establishment where they have customers going by word of mouth. So of course it's easier for them to sell it at so-and-so price. For us newbies, we're gonna have to go a little bit on the lower end because we don't have it like that.
If you want to think of something else too, I used to talk about this all the time, how there was like maybe 2 people I only bought snakes from for the first 2 years. And Miguel was definitely one of them because I was like, dude, anyone who takes care of me, I'm always going to want to go through that person. You know what I mean? And not only give them
that relationship,
the relationship. And Miguel was somebody to where, like, you got to understand, Miguel has a relationship, like the way I have a relationship with Miguel, he has with somebody else that put him on. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that's what it's all about. You got to find that person that you really believe in and just go ham in it. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, let me ask you, what's your biggest move when it comes to adding stuff this year? Are you good right now, or there's some stuff out there that you really want?
Right now, I got some stuff on hold. I'm just waiting for the weather to get better because it's already in the hundreds out here. So come fall time, it's going to be like Christmas for me.
Right. Okay.
We're like Amazon packages every day. So you have everyday hub trips, I should say.
You have a bunch of heat that's about to touch down once it cools down.
Yeah. So.
Damn. How much? Like how much stuff?
I probably got about 8 animals coming in. Some are het clowns, some are hypovisual het DGs. Because I had to get some more stuff for the Enchi I have. So I got a couple, codoms that aren't het for anything that no one's really working with that I want to see into recessives.
Okay. So
I got a few of those, and then pretty much that's it for now. Then after that, I want to get another Freedom Breeder rack on order to get ready for next year. So the Freedom Breeder rack, okay, you just, like you said, you just ordered your pro lines that you have coming in, right? Well, I ordered them in January, so I should have them about 2 weeks, they said. Okay. Damn. Fuck. Yeah. What a turnaround. How did it feel to finally put money down on a Freedom Breeder rack? Amazing. Felt like more professional, I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to see what the room looks like with it in here, because I'm not too fond of these Vision racks at all. I ain't gonna lie. Biggest reason would be why? The humidity, the way they keep them, and I don't like the style of look of them, to be honest. Right. So. Right. I feel like where I live is very dry out here. It's very dry out here. So our humidity is like 13 to 20% humidity. So let's kind of talk about it constantly if I have to during shed time. If I miss one day when they're in blue and it happens to be the day they shed, I got stuck shed and I got to go soak them and fix them, So yeah, for anyone out there struggling with humidity, how are you keeping up with humidity? What do you do for that? For me? Yeah. I spray constantly. I'm about to go invest into a humidifier for the room, see if that helps out a little bit. But me, it's seeing when their eyes go clear when they're in blue, and as soon as those eyes clear up, spray the shit out of them. Right. So I noticed that's what helps, because usually within a day or two, and then check them on. Of course, check it every day, and if it looks a little dry, give it a couple more sprays. But usually, as soon as those eyes clear up, I spray the shit out of the cocoa, and then within a day or two, they perfectly shed. So that was a learning experience of its own, because I'm not the type to go ask people a bunch of questions and do all that. I feel like it's out of place, like I'm bugging and shit. So I try to do most of my research and learning on my own. I'm pressing the next person. You want to know why I'm pressing the next person that says this? Because I don't understand this.
listen, the snakes ain't talking to me. I mean, they ain't speaking to me, right? But I am pretty fucking sure when I miss them, they like it. And I'm not saying all the time, maybe. I'm sure sometimes they're like, whoa, what the fuck? That's cold.
Yeah,
But
it shocks them out at first.
but then they like it. It's like, bro, I was just in the ocean. It was cold. And then it got good after a while.
It's like taking a dip.
But I feel like that like helps the brain work. I feel like that kind of like, and then like going through it, that kind of like low temp and high temp thermoregulation is very important for a snake. And
you can see it in the way they act too.
Yes, big dude, the way they breed.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And like I have, I've had, who was it? Brittany Gobble. Shout out to Brittany Gobble. Brittany's like, oh, I never spray ever. Yeah, and I'm like, what? And like, I didn't want to go in on her because God bless her, she's a sweetheart. But
yeah,
she's not the only one. There's other people who say, oh God, I would never spray my ball python. And that's fucked up. Why would you want to like? I don't get it. Like,
you don't want to take a dip every now and then. I mean, you get hot, you get sticky. I'm sure they do too.
I mean, some dump the water in the substrate, and I get that. But bro, come on, like their skin has to be bothered a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like,
I spray everything like it's raining over there.
How
especially
good
if they're
to
breeding.
take showers sometimes. You're gonna tell me you don't enjoy taking a shower, like ever, like just submerging your body in some water every now and then. It's like, come on. Man.
Not only that, if it's 85 outside, you got a little bit. You go to the beach, you jump in the beach, you're nice and refreshed. You're just in a better mood. Everything, especially the mood. The heat gets me pissed.
I feel like because where we're at too, we're in Cali, and I feel like, how dry it is and whatnot. Like this is kind of, we're in a place where we could get away with this, especially if you're in Cali. You should definitely be spraying your snakes.
Oh hell yeah, especially if you're in Cali.
Fuck? Like, and stop using so much belly heat too. Like if you could get away with it, like people overheat their shit all the time. Mark Bailey and I had a good deep ass conversation about overheating your animals, and you have people who 90 hotspot all their ball pythons 24/7, and that's like not only is it dangerous,
you're just risking killing some sperm too,
dude. Dude. Not only is it dangerous, but you're holding back your projects. You're fucking, racking up a bill and fucking, like your goddamn electricity bills through the roof for no reason. I'm just saying, like I just think any kind of overheat would stress anything out. Like think about if you're overheating. If you're overheating, I'm not having a good time. I hate overheating. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like people just rocking 90 hotspots 24/7 for their male, females. It's not the move. I don't think it's the move whatsoever.
It definitely ain't. Like you said, when you're hot, I get frustrated quick.
Right.
I'm an extra hothead when I'm hot. And then when I cool down, I'm like, why was I so mad for?
Yeah, as soon as I smoke, I go, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go tell that person I didn't mean that.
Yeah, my bad.
Listen, it's not you, I swear. But no, going back, what was I going to say? I was going to ask you something right now. Fuck, I forgot. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, okay. So when it comes down to the overall, you getting an establishment going for a hatchling, have you had any issues? Well, more importantly, what I wanted to get at, I wanted to get at you coming into any faulty temperature issues in your room because you have high crazy temps at where you're at and low temps. Have you ever dealt with the situation where something turned off on you or something went bad and you almost lost your collection? Anything that you could kind of share and kind of give people like maybe an awareness on?
No, I have not yet. And knock on wood, I hope I don't.
Hope you don't.
But I mean, I got sensor pushes on my thermostats, or not thermostats. Crucial. I got sensor pushes there. I got the herp stack for my incubator. I got the Wi-Fi one, so I can always keep an eye on it. I have everything where I can keep an eye on everything. So if something goes bad, I can call somebody real quick, or I can rush home real quick.
That's
take
it,
care of
bro.
whatever needs to be done.
That's a peace of mind, man. And man, I even just installed. I could have done this a long time ago to fucking save my life. Save myself some stress during my life, but automatic light switches, on your phone, like the Alexa light switches and or the smart plugs. They're called smart plugs.
Yeah.
So everything's on a smart system here, bro. Like it's nuts.
They make it so easy for us nowadays to keep an eye on everything.
They really do. And I feel like if you could do that right off the beginning, you're going to really give yourself a huge peace of mind and potentially save your fucking collection from anything bad happening.
That's another thing too. Don't cheap out on your equipment.
Yeah, dude. I was a big no-no, bro. I cheap because listen, like I said, I'm proud about, I am proud to say I started with Home Depot racks, and that was but I also was very like stubborn on spending money. Like I didn't get any herp stats. I had the cheapest fucking thermostats, which A lot of those went to shit on me. You know what I
My
mean?
first thermostat was a Herbstat 6.
But that's legit. You know what I mean? I had one of those dialed ones. I was using fucking the ghetto ass dial ones from Petco. And they kept, even though they kept, I mean, it made no sense. I kept dropping $60 on these things every time they were shitting on me. You know what I mean? But I had like 20 of those going around my whole room. And that's like really the unsafest thing you could possibly do, because those things are just not, they're just not liable. They're not meant to hold that much wattage. You know, you can only hook them up to so many racks. And so I went cheap the thermostat route. And I'm so happy to say that I survived that. I'm not happy to say I did that, but definitely don't go cheap when it comes to thermostats. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, these are your investments.
This is it, dude. This will save you. Thermostats, the sensor pushes. I use the Govee just because I like it. But oh great, here goes. We got our first fucking weird spam of the day. Let me block this weirdo. You're good. But anyways, like that's the shit I will say right now, Steven, do not go cheap on. It's not even expensive. It's just it's getting it right now a part of the plan. A lot of people just get so deep into things to where they're like, oh shit, like maybe was that another rat?
No, that was actually the baby.
Okay. I was like,
yeah, she's over there talking in another room.
Like, we got another one. No, but definitely, bro. Like, I mean, I definitely want to make that clear, bro, because I feel like you can get away with cheap racks. Like, I definitely got away with the Home Depot racks. I made over $100K last year out of my Home Depot racks, and I'm very happy to say that. But the thermostats, just don't do it, man.
I mean, at the same time, you do got to start somewhere. But for thermostats, for me, the way I looked at it was, if I can't afford it, then I shouldn't be buying certain animals, you know? Because at the end of the day, if I put a cheap thermostat in there, I can have a $3,000, $5,000 animal in there. If that thermostat goes bad, there goes my money I should have invested into better equipment on.
It could just be gone very quickly.
Really quick.
Off a simple thing that you just could have done off the bat. You know what I mean? And I've actually had, some sort of things that went really bad just because I just could have done things easier if I would have thought about it. But listen, I get excited. I'm somebody who don't think like thoroughly before I start getting to, I'm somebody who definitely puts so much on my plate and then I think about it. So one thing, like I said, like I thought I could get away with the cheap racks. Maybe I don't need to put so much money in the thermostats. No, that's not the case, because that's what controls all your heat.
For sure.
Especially if you're somebody who uses heat 24/7, which I don't. And I will tell you, here's another thing. Another reason why I didn't invest into a bunch of Herbstats and Helix. I have a bunch of Helixes, but I did go into Herbstats this year. But mainly because, I started realizing that I don't need belly heat for most of this shit throughout the year, bro. Like, the only time I really
need for wintertime and fall.
Wintertime at the worst case, wintertime, and then basically during ovulations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that even being said, bro, like I have plenty of breeders who don't even give their snakes heat at night when it comes to them even being gravid. Like, you have some people who don't believe in no heat at night and only give them heat during the day, even if they're gravid. And I feel like that's the case in the wild. So I don't know, man. I feel like overall, just think about if everyone used less heat. I feel like that would be
That's
huge.
what I like about the Herbstats, because they have the night cycle, so you can go ahead and make drop on its own.
Automatically, you don't even have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best. That's the beauty of it. Dude, talking about how we were talking about smart plugs and all this shit that's so easy to give you a peace of mind. The Herbstats have adjustable temps at night.
They really do.
Give them to
you can put the start time, end time, it does it all for you.
I like Herbstats. Herbstats are the shit, bro.
They're nice.
All right, man. So I have to ask you, and this is gonna be the wrap-up question before we get into hot seat questions here. Overall, bro, like you say that you're happy with your job, which is good, man. I'm glad I'm glad to hear someone happy with their job who has 3 kids and a wife, because that's important for you to be happy. Period. I'm sure they all rely on your happiness.
Oh
right?
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, positive mindsets gets you positive things. You think negative, what do you think is going to come?
You're going to get negative
energy.
You get negative 110%. And I didn't learn that until I was 30. So let me just say, God bless it. You know this. But anyways, I want to know what your overall goal is, man. I mean, are you scared? Not scared, but are you not really approaching the whole full-time breeder life at some point, or is that a goal of yours at some day?
It's a goal of mine, because like I said, I want to do that. I want to have my own trucking fleet. The goal at the end of the day is to, spend as much time as the kids as possible growing up, because me growing up, both my parents were always working, so I didn't have that luxury of having my parents around too much when I was little. One was working night shift. One was a truck driver and doing like cross-country truck driving. So he was gone all the time.
Right.
So for me, I didn't have that luxury. So my mindset and goal is to, you know, try to be home as much as possible with the kids, and I can be home taking care of my snakes, running a fleet. Then why not, you know? And that's 2022. So there's so many things, there's so many ways out here to make money nowadays. You don't gotta work for somebody. You can work for yourself.
And you know, if you're doing things right and you're coming into this and you get the chance to work with ball pythons full time, you have so many opportunities to do so much other shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we're talking like for the podcast, for instance, or just YouTubing, vlogging, but anything. Like, it's just a grind. Here's the thing: at the end of the day, I hope you're not just shooting to be just a ball python breeder, because everyone's more than that. But but can you is the thing.
Things about tapping your potential.
And listen, bro, at the end of the day, like here, oh man, this is a touchy one too, because I love my boy Socrates. My boy Sock is like a next level human. He's a superhuman. He's like teaching me breathing techniques. He submerges his body. He's on some Joe Rogan
too, huh?
Yeah, he fucking submerges his body in 32-degree water every morning. He's a savage. And I feel like what he does, I don't need to do to feel happy in life, but because I'm only feeling it because where I'm at right now. So at the end of the day, people are here they know their own happiness. You don't need to be somebody doing multiple things. So if you're out there wondering, I don't want to be Mr. fucking doing 6-7 hustle things. I just want to be a ball python breeder. Can I do that? What's your answer?
For me, it's at the end of the day, it depends on you and your person, you know. Like I said, everybody has a potential. It's up to you to untap it. How hard are you willing to work for it? How hard are you willing to learn and do your research? Because the research is never going to stop. The learning is never going to stop. And you got to realize that too. You know, you can't just sit there, oh, I'm comfortable here. Okay, you made it to this goal. Take the next step. Move on up. Do what else can you do? You want to be a ball python breeder, then be the best of the best, you know? There's never going to stop. There's never going to be enough pairings. You can always make different combos. It's just up to you to put in the work.
What would be your answer, though? I need an answer.
Oh, I would tell them, I mean, anything, like I said, anything's possible.
So yeah, that's a yes. You believe in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can, for sure. Anything's possible. It's just up to you.
How important do you feel the networking thing is behind? Like for instance,
it's very important.
Do you think you're somebody who could just produce snakes and just fucking do it that way without putting in any social media work or showing up at shows?
That's not going to work nowadays.
100%.
Honestly, you got to network. You got to go to shows. You got to do the social media. Even like for me, I don't have my YouTube started yet, but I need to. I don't like cameras. I really don't. But it's something I got to get over.
Bro, I've had a lot uglier people than you on this show, so just so you know, you're good, dog, and you killed it. This was a great episode, by the way. This was awesome, man.
I appreciate that.
Now, I will say before we get into the hot seat questions one more time, what is your overall mission with the shows this year? Do you feel like you're gonna want to show faces at the East Coast shows or even Tinley or stuff like that at some point? What's your overall goal with the shows?
Yeah, I do eventually. You know, I went to Arlington earlier this year. That was a great experience. It was fun.
I saw you there. That's right.
Yeah, it was great. That was a good experience.
We smoked inside the hotel room.
Yeah,
me, you the homie Denny. That was fun.
Yeah, that was needed.
That was very needed. That was, I don't know, we were all bent out, huh? We were all just tuckered out and fucking tired. I don't know what it was. I think Bill Stiegel had a party that night before. I remember that. But it was, Arlington, bro. Okay, and I don't know, man. I don't want to. Here's the thing. I love the super shows, right? Like, for instance, Anaheim and Pomona are two different vibes. I will say that.
Yeah.
Anaheim is very mainstream. Anaheim attracts people from like Disneyland, everywhere, right? It's very mainstream. Pomona, very more grounded to the breeders who are in this for the long time, right? But Arlington, dog, like Arlington, man, you got to go to Arlington. Like, I feel like
it was an experience.
That's an experience, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think people, I mean, I'm sure they do, but almost 75% of the fucking reptile keepers live in Texas. Like, Texas is all reptile keepers, bro. And
Texas is dope. So
I love Texas. God damn it. So, do you have plans of going in September or what?
September, I have to see how it goes, but I do want to go. But I know I'm gonna do the Vegas show probably because we got August, Vegas September, and then Arlington. I might skip Arlington and head more towards Tinley in October, since I did Arlington in February. But I want to do Tinley in October.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared of Vegas. Vegas is gonna be a dirty one.
Woo! Vegas is a double. Well, for us, a triple party because we got our Raiders out there.
Oh my God!
And so for us,
is there a game that week? Is there a game that week?
I believe there was when I checked.
Dude, it's gonna be wild,
Yeah,
bro. In the
it's gonna be
streets, bro.
packed,
The
bro.
Raider fans in the streets, dog.
That's why I was like, it's a triple win. You have the party, Reptiles, and then the Raiders, bro.
I hope I make it to Arlington. Damn,
bro, it's gonna be fun for sure.
Well, listen, good shit, bro. Let's get these hot seat questions up and going, and then I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, Steven?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So here we go. Hot seat questions for Desert Mojave Morphs coming in hot. You know the deal, dog. I don't need an explanation.
Yes,
Just need you to serve these as quick as you can. Here we go. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Frozen Thought or live?
Live.
A cut or no cut?
A cut.
On what day?
57.
Red Chondro Neo or yellow Chondro Neo?
Ooh, that one I'm going Bullens. No, I'll go with red. He's like, really, bro?
Why do you have to disrespect my chondros? Like, why are you into Bullens for one thing? When the fuck did you get into Bullens? I want to know that,
bro. So my homie was like, put me on game on him, and then ever since then, bro, I fell in love with him.
That's the
dream. I was like,
I
need me one of those one day.
That's a huge bucket list snake for me. And it's not, and the thing is, they're easy to get, but they're just very taxed right now. Like,
oh yeah,
it's to the point out there to where there's so many Bullens available to where at some point they will come down in price. So I would just, if you're out there, hang tight. That's all I got.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, back to business. Pre first shed meal or post first shed meal?
Post.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Yay.
One reptile you would import today, any reptile, what would it be?
Ooh, that one's a tough one. I'm about to go like import.
Like any reptile. It can be any reptile around the world. What would it be if you could add it?
Damn. I'll still fucking Bullens counts as an import.
Yeah, you could do Bullens is hell.
The Bullens too.
Yeah. All right. What about one reptile? What about one reptile nobody should ever import ever again? Leave it alone.
Ooh, that one. I like all reptiles, bro. So I can't answer that one.
What about the turtles, bro? There's fucking turtles being illegally imported here in their abuse.
Oh, turtles, then yeah, I'll go with the turtles because you know they are endangered.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was like, they are endangered.
Thank you. Just kidding. Yay sports or boo sports?
Oh, yay sports.
Favorite sport?
Football.
Favorite football team?
Raiders.
Favorite Raider of all time?
Charles Woodson.
Have a hug.
Yep.
Yeah, Woodson, bro.
Hell yeah.
My fucking favorite Raider. I mean, it's I got Tim Brown, a few others, but nobody hit me like Woodson, bro. Woodson
was just
a man, game changer. He made games. He did.
Even when he was older in his last season, still did it.
Always throughout his whole stint in the NFL, he never disappointed. He never missed. Fuck,
really
what
did.
a guy. To miss a snake or to not miss a snake?
Missed it.
All right. Big flexor or no flexor?
Flexor.
Yes. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Favorite cut of steak?
Ribeye.
Yay alcohol or boo alcohol?
I'll take alcohol.
Nice. Favorite alcohol beverage?
Adios.
Okay, cool. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
West Coast all day.
Favorite West Coast rapper of all time?
Of all time, I'm gonna go with Easy.
Gangster, gotta love it. Little word association. First thing to come to mind. First time ball python breeder.
Keep learning. Day
60.
Why didn't you cut already?
Thank you. Egg box.
Egg box. Get ready.
Stuck shed.
Oof. Goddamn.
Milk.
Titties.
Yeah. FedEx shipping.
Hit and miss.
Instagram trolls.
Boo. They suck. Get the fuck out of here.
If you had to get rid of one co-down morph out of the ball python world forever, what would it be?
I'm probably gonna lean towards Lester, to be honest.
I hope Lester makes a comeback, man, because
don't get me wrong, it looks good in some stuff, but
it fucks up a lot.
Yeah, it does fuck up a lot. It can fuck your whole plans up, depending if you're not paying attention to what you're pairing.
Right. You better keep it simple. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
listen, what an amazing episode, bro. I'm really happy you did this. This was a long time coming, and I'm glad you're doing good, bro. But listen, you had about 70 people tapped in at one point, showing you mad love and support. What do you have to say to everyone tapping in and giving you support, man? What do you have to say to everyone fucking showing you love?
I appreciate everything for the support and all that. You know, thank you guys for tuning in. It was a blast. Got this out of my first show out of the way. I don't like cameras too much, but thank you guys for coming.
Best way to get a hold of you, I'm assuming, and stay on top of your shit would be Instagram, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, guys, head over to Instagram right now. Give my boy a follow, Desert Mojave Morphs. Big things popping, as you guys just heard. And, yeah, man, listen, enjoy the rest of your night, bro. But that's a wrap for the homie Steven. Desert Mojave Morphs.
Let's go. Good shit, y'all. Appreciate it.
Hey, dude, have a good night. Hey, by the way, thanks for being a Patreon member. Thanks for being my boy.
Oh, yeah,
you've been a huge support since day one off the get-go. And dude, I don't fuck with a lot of SoCal people.
Bro, when I seen that Mac Dre in the background right there, that shit was it. I was like, oh, he's a real one.
Listen, I appreciate y'all, and I'm rooting for you, homie. And you got big things coming your way. But yes, enjoy the rest of your night, Steven. Have a good night, bro.
All right, brother. You too.
Later.
Have a good one, y'all.
Peace. What a guy. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great episode. Feels good to be back. Oh, I feel loose and limber, ready to rock and roll, ready for Thursday. I hope you guys are ready for Thursday. Hope you guys, all my Emerald Tree Boa fanatics, geeks, because guys, listen, a lot of people I bring to this platform are people who do captive breeding. Captive breeding's awesome. That's what I'm doing. But what about the wild? What is happening actually in the fucking jungles? That's what I want to know. Who is tapping in the jungles and seeing this shit firsthand in the wild? Well, I can tell you what, this girl right here, this lady, excuse me, not no girl, this is a lady, Amy Benzie. Okay, this is a wildlife researcher. She goes to the jungles of Peru quite often and looks at northern emerald tree boas, basins, everything in the jungle. She also keeps, obviously, a good amount of basins and emeralds, but she's just so tapped in to one of my dream species that I keep. I cannot wait to, see what happens with my project with emeralds, but I do not have enough information, and she's going to be tapping in with us with some heavy information. So bottom line, if you're into emeralds or you want to learn more about emeralds and get down to the fucking bottom on where they come from, how they get here, everything, it's all going to be exposed and talked about this Thursday, okay? This Thursday night, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Go down to the link, click, set your reminder. It's going to be sick as fuck, and I cannot wait. Shout out to all my Emerald Tree Boa geeks out there. Cannot wait to tap in. And again, thank you for everyone who tapped in to show my homie Steven support. He's a real one, and I'll catch you guys Thursday night, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Your boy tapping out, and I'll see you.